All right. Sound should be good. Testing. All right. So sound should be good. I was gonna go live here at 2 in about 15 minutes, but I'm like, let's go live a little bit early. Usually it's 1:30, but I thought we'd go live a little bit early, so if people can join us, they want to. But I was just gonna look at the order book really quickly before I really dove into Bitcoin analysis, TA, and I just want to see where the orders are on Bitcoin. Usually, where there's more orders, that's where the more liquidity is, and if there's more liquidity, it's more likely we go to that price versus where there's less liquidity. So, right now, on the smaller, when we zoom in more to the current time frame, there's a lot of liquidity at 21,000 and currently at 21.2. So it's more likely you come and test 21K. And then if we zoom out a little bit, you can still see there's a lot of orders down here at 15,000. So you can see that there's orders here around, like I said, this $21,000 area, but there's a few up here at 23K, but there's more at 21K. So it's more likely we go to 21K, and then we can reevaluate if these orders up here grow. If they don't, then it's still likely we continue lower to this range down here of 19, 18,000, 17,000, and the biggest range is 15,000. So as long as people don't put sell orders up here, it's more likely we continue to fall lower to these lower prices of $15,000 on the large time frame. So I still don't think we're out of the woods just yet, just because we got back above $20,000. So that is something I use as a tool to see where the liquidity is at on Bitcoin. So we're going to go over to Bitcoin now and see what's going on. It's trying to continue going higher. I'm going to get my TikTok thing going. So give me a second to do that. And then we'll get started a little bit early. Another coin that had a run up today was, yes, Luna did too, but Jasmine had a run up too. Which one was it? Luna had a run up today as well. It's up 166%. It went up all the way almost to $7. And $7.66, so almost $8, and now it's having a pullback all the way down to $5. So very volatile is that one. Another coin I wanted to look at was Piedmont. I want to see how that one's doing because I know 2 weeks ago it had a huge pump up. How's that doing? It's at $1.31, so now it's just going sideways. So today we can look at Bitcoin, Luna, and Jasmine. If there's any other requests, let me know. I already talked about Jasmine though on another video before this live stream like 15 minutes ago, so I probably won't talk about too much, but I do want to talk about Bitcoin and Luna to start out, and then if there's any requests, I can look at those coins as well. I probably need to hit the go live button on TikTok for that to work. So, yep. If you guys are new, I appreciate if you hit that like button and subscribe. If you guys are new to the channel, I do go live twice a week. Usually it's on Mondays and Fridays in the afternoon or evening, but lately it's been changing up a lot. So we'll take as many viewers as we can get and go from there. So starting out on Bitcoin, right now Bitcoin is at $21,200, trying to continue higher, but right now it's struggling. So if we just look at the daily time frame, it is overbought. You have to break this resistance line. I would like to see a higher high here on the RSI before you get overbought it. And usually if you have a higher high, you're probably going to have a higher high in the price action as well. Not always. And if you don't, then that's bearish. The 4-hour chart is already turning down on Bitcoin, so that's not a good sign. But it did get overbought, so that, that's a good sign, but not a good sign if you made a lower high on price action wise. 1-hour chart has almost reset though for Bitcoin. It is at 20, so it's a little more downside on the 1-hour chart, but I would say within 2 to 3 hours that will reset completely and then hopefully have a move up. And the 15-minute chart is just going sideways. So 1-hour chart is a little, probably another hour or two of downside. The 4-hour chart for Bitcoin is very worrisome, very much overbought. I would expect a nice pullback here for Bitcoin. And the daily chart, I want to see how high that can get before that turns down. So a lot of things to watch out for. 1-hour chart does look, it's almost ready to have a reversal to the upside. But the 4-hour chart does not look good. So based on what I'm seeing, I am expecting a pullback probably on the Bitcoin price. The 1-hour can get pinned, of course, and the 4-hour can just dump on the RSI. So that's more than likely what I believe will happen. You're in this rising wedge, you dumped, now you're trying to get a relief rally. But the previous high that you had on the 25th of August was 21,900. If you cannot even break 21.9, to me that's extremely bearish. So you have to break 21.9, to be bullish. Yeah, technically 22K, because 21.9 would just be a double top. So you have to break 22K to really be bullish, and if you don't do that, then you're still very much bearish. I guess today you're bullish, but I'd be looking for a nice pullback if you don't get a nice rally to 22K, and it's unlikely that happens the longer it takes. So we will see what happens. It's up almost 10% today, so that is a good sign, but we still need another continued rally to still be bullish. We need 22K to happen, or it is going to be very bearish on the 4-hour chart and the daily chart. So Bitcoin has to break 22K. If it does not break 22K, I am definitely looking back for a move to the downside based on the daily chart. Also, we're going up very fast. This is also a rising wedge here starting to form in the 4-hour. 1 hour kind of has it as well. So we have to break. We have to get above 22K right now, but kind of looks like a rising wedge, which is not a good sign right now for Bitcoin. So it really has to continue higher. If it doesn't, we are going to come back to the downside, probably for a lower low below 18,500. So we have to break 22K very quickly here. I would say within the next 24 hours if we want to remain bullish on Bitcoin. So that's my synopsis. 4-hour chart is bearish. Daily chart does not look good. 1-hour chart has some good hope. 1-hour chart is almost reset, I should say, but I don't like what I'm seeing right now from Bitcoin on the 4-hour and daily chart. So Bitcoin, to me, I'm calling for a move to the downside, at least 20K, 20,000, and then back you have support 19.3, and then the next stop would be a lower low to 18,400, 18,500. So those are the targets to the downside on that. Let's go look at Luna Classic. So Luna Classic right now had a nice move up. It's currently at $4.97, and right now we're looking for a move to the downside for a correction. It went completely parabolic, and we'll start on the daily chart and work our way down. If you guys have any requests for coins, let me know and I'll look at them. So the daily chart has a little more juice to go to the upside. It's currently at 86 on the RSI, so that's daily chart has a little more juice, but it's getting very overbought. So is a 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart is currently at 89 and overbought. So that is definitely not a place I'd be buying right now. So I would not be buying Luna right now at these prices. The 1-hour chart also still needs to reset. So we will see if that happens. But right now I'm looking, because the 4-hour chart is overbought, because the daily chart is overbought, I'm expecting a correction on those time frames pretty soon. And the 1-hour chart's already showing bearish signs in a downtrend. And the 15-minute chart is going side of it. So overall, none of these time frames look good to me. And it is looking like the next stop for support I had here was $3. So that would still be quite a move down if that were to play out. So $3 is the next support line. And now today you had a local high up here at $7.65. So that's also going to be some resistance. So those are the targets right now for Luna. You have to break some of these levels to be bullish, and right now it's definitely looking bearish to me. So my next target I look for would be $3 on Luna. I'll set an alert down there. But to me, Luna is looking like it needs to have a correction. So that is Luna. I'm looking for $3 on Luna. It's overbought. I'm also looking for a correction on Bitcoin, and probably what I say about Jasmy. Jasmy is in a falling wedge, but because it's overbought, I'm also probably, if I was to bet, I would bet that it's going to have a correction before another move to the upside. But if it were to play to the upside, the target is almost 1.2 cents. So Jasmy looks bullish on the falling wedge, but it's very overbought, so I'd be very cautious, and I would not enter a trade right now on Jasmy. So Bitcoin's bearish to me right now, Luna's bearish to me, and Jasmy is very much 50-50, but I would just stay away from Jasmy right now because I did have a nice move up already. So that is it for the coins I wanted to talk about. What's going on with Luna? Well, I think they're trying to burn it. They're trying to get it to come back. So it is going to have a move up. I think it's at 5x this month. But like I said, it's overbought. It's really that simple. It can only pump so much people can only, especially in a bear market, can only pump so much, and now it's going to come to the downside. When something's up 200 or 300% or more in a month, much less a day, it's time for a correction down. It's up 157% today. I think it's up like 300% for the month. So I would, maybe more. So personally, I wouldn't. I'm not saying short it, but I'm just saying stay away. Because it is, it's already had a nice correction from the high. I think it's probably going to keep falling, especially with what Bitcoin's doing. But I would stay away. It's down 38% from the high today. It's just too volatile for me. But if I did absolutely have to take a position, it would be a short. Because, like I said, the next support to the downside is $3. So that is Luna. I think it pumped today, and Luna Classic has been pumping for the last few weeks because they're trying to burn it, and so limit supply, higher demand. That's how it works, supply and demand. And also it's just a FOMO thing. People see it's pumping like crazy. They don't want to miss out, so they're going to jump into it. I do think Luna Classic and Luna are going to do very well in the bull market upcoming in the next 2 to 3 years. But I don't think in the next few days, I think the top is in. I think it's ready for a nice correction to the downside. So that's why I think it's going on with Luna, short term and long term. I do think long term it will recover to some extent. It would never hit $1, in my opinion, or anything like that. I mean, Luna right now is at $5, so I shouldn't say never. Luna Classic will never hit $1. It'll probably never hit a penny. But we will see, I guess. So, yes, there's Luna and Luna Classic. It's kind of confusing, but appreciate the follow, White Whale. Appreciate the follow, Paul. And appreciate the follow, everyone that's followed. So if you guys are new, appreciate if you hit that like and follow button. And also, if you guys have requests, I will look at them for new coins. We looked at Bitcoin, we looked at Luna, and we looked at shortly at Jasmine. Those are the ones I looked at today. If you guys have any requests, I will look at them. What do I think about XRP? Well, personally, I don't love XRP, but I definitely think it's going to do very well. I thought if XRP was going to do anything, it would have been in the last bull market. I know that it had a lawsuit and everything against it, but it didn't perform anywhere. It didn't even break its all-time high from the previous bull market. So I don't really love it. If I had to like it, I like XLM more than XRP, but I don't even like XLM that much because, yes, it did pretty well in the last bull market, but even that, I don't even think that hit its new all-time. Maybe it did. Let me look at the 3-day chart. Actually, I'll look at the weekly chart. It got up to $2, so yeah. I would rather have XLM though over XRP. I believe it's a smaller market cap, so I like XLM better. But none of them did anything absolutely crazy or out of this world. I think I got 5 or 10x out of XLM. So personally, I don't love XRP. I think there's a lot better coins for a bigger return. And if I'm going to gamble, I'd rather just buy Cardano or Ethereum or Bitcoin. I'm going to be more conservative this bull market than I was last time. But I'm also investing. I'll be investing in the bear market, whereas last time I was investing in the bull market, and I still got 5x on XLM. So my goal is to make more money, but be safer about it. So, like I said, I'm not going to tell you what to do with, but I personally won't be buying XRP right now. If you do like XRP, I think the time to buy would be between 10 and 20 cents. That's the low from when the lawsuit happened was 9 to 10 cents was the range. So I would say definitely anything, if it goes anywhere near 10 cents again, that'd be a good time to buy some, not financial advice, but that'd be a great time to buy between 10 cents and 15 cents, 10 cents and 20 cents. I would say would be a very good time to buy. I don't ever think you're going to see 10 cents again unless Bitcoin goes below 10K, which, anything's possible. But I think XRP is more downside right now at these prices. So that is my analysis on that. So we can look at Algo, Shiba Inu. I drop $100 on it. So Algo and Shiba, let's go look at those. Algo. So Algo is currently at 32 cents. My gosh, I've looked at this quite a bit. So currently, I had support at 30 cents. You shortly went below it, but you definitely got the bounce back above it. And now the next price target that I have would be 36 cents. If that's the next resistance level. Let's see how daily chart is looking. Daily chart is almost overbought, so that's not a good sign. 4-hour chart is way overbought, just like Bitcoin, and the 1-hour chart is also. I'm looking for a move down. Let's see. I mean, the RSI is way overbought. Did you break a previous high? That's the question. I guess technically, short term, you did break the previous high. The previous high was 32 cents, and you're above it right now. But overall, this still doesn't look great to me. You would want to hit 36 cents. If you can't do that, then that is definitely a red flag. And on the bigger time frame, you have a lot of resistance up here at 38 cents. So I would actually be saying 38 cents is the bigger target than 36. But you're already way overbought right now, and you're not even close to 38 cents. So overall, algo short term to me does not look good. Let's go over and look at Shiba Inu. I think a lot of these coins probably pumped today, and a lot of these coins are probably overbought and need a correction. But let's go look at them. So Shiba Inu, this is in a massive downtrend. It has to break this downsloping resistance line. If it can't do that, then it's not bullish. It's really that simple. You tested it a few days ago, or a few hours ago, I should say, and you got rejected. You could even move this down. If you don't include the wicks, I mean, you could maybe say you got resistance off of it there, then again there on the 17th of August, and then again on the 25th of August, and now again on the 4-hour chart. It looks like you're trying to use that support. We'll see. So I would actually say this about Shiba Inu. If it stays above 12.5, you're bullish on it. So actually Shiba Inu is kind of interesting right now. My problem is, and the reason I don't think it's going to stay above that level is because you're probably overbought on the daily. Daily has a lot more room to go, so that's a good sign. The 4-hour, though, needs to have a correction, and the 1-hour chart has reset. So 1-hour chart and daily chart have more juice in them, especially the 1-hour. The 4-hour chart for Shiba Inu, though, does not look good to me, so I'd just be cautious. But I would say this. If Shiba Inu stays above 12.5, you're bullish on it. If it doesn't, it's not bullish. So I will set an alert on it at 13. If it breaks 13, I'll look at it again. But right now, Shiba Inu has to stay above 12.5. So that Shiba Inu actually has some hope right now, but you have to stay above 12.5. That's kind of what I'm looking at. And if you do, then you're breaking this downsloping resistance line that you had for ever since you had that huge rally up on the 14th of August. So about 3 weeks now. So that 12.5 is the level you have to stay above, just based on what I'm seeing. You can look at it differently, but that's what I'm seeing. 12.5, especially 13 is what you really have to stay above and break. So Shiba Inu has some hope right now. It looks like the best coin out of all of them. But if it goes below 12.5, then all hopes are off, and I would be looking for another move down on Shiba. Appreciate the follow, Ed. How's it going, Davey? I'm assuming it goes up because of how it correlates to Bitcoin. Anything's possible. So Shiba actually looks, to me, the best out of any coin we looked at. I mean, we've looked at Bitcoin, we've looked at Luna, we looked at Algo, we've looked at Sheep and Jasmine. So I guess only 5, but of the 5, Shiba looks the best. Now, again, it's overbought on the 4-hour chart, so be very cautious. I would say this: if you're not already in a trade, stay out. If you are in a trade from below 12.5, you're probably okay. Just put your support above it. But Shiba looks decent to me right now, but you have to stay above that key level. So if you guys have any other requests, let me know. Let's see if anyone's on YouTube. Oh my God, we want to look at DOT, XYO, and Fold. So I can look at some of these. TSUK, I don't know what half of these are, but TSUK. So I don't think that's one I can look at. Maybe. So this is currently at 9 cents on the daily chart. It's overbought on the daily chart. I'm just going to go through this quickly. The 4-hour chart is already turning down, so that is not a good sign. But did you break your previous high? Technically, it's an uptrend. I mean, this looks okay to me. Again, though, the daily chart's overbought, so I'd just be cautious on this. You have support at 7.8 cents. If you stay above it, you're good. So you have to stay above 7.8 cents on whatever this coin is. Then Fold, I don't know what Fold is. Fold. FOLD. I don't know where that's at. So you can give me a ticker or something on Fold, unless that is the ticker. DOT right now is at $7.73. You have to stay above 760. That's where you had a resistance, which is now trying to turn into support here in the 4-hour time frame. My worry is, again, you overbought on the 4-hour. Let's see how the daily's looking. Daily's overbought as well. And the 1-hour is reset, but the 4-hour and daily overbought. The price to beat, if you can stay above $7.60, would be $8.21. So that is DOT in a nutshell. XYO is the last one. XYO, I actually like XYO a lot. Let's start on the daily chart and see how it's looking. So XYO is actually relatively low on the daily at 25 on the RSI, so I like that. Now the 4-hour chart is overbought, so I don't like that. So I would just wait for the 4-hour to reset. The 1-hour chart has reset, so that is looking good. If the 4-hour chart resets on this actually could be a good trade setup. So I will put an alert when the stock RSI is crossing down. I'll put it when it goes below 20 on the RSI. So overall, XYO looks okay, but it is in a downtrend and it has to break this downtrend as well. So XYO doesn't look great to me, but it doesn't look bad either. I would say the price you have to beat right now is basically 8. What is it? 0.008 would be the price to be on XYO to be bullish again. I will put an alert at that, and we'll move on to the next coin. When my alerts go off, then I look at it again, and if it looks bullish to me then or whatever, then I would enter a trade on it. Also, kind of on XYL, before we move on, it looks like it's also in a falling wedge, which I do like that. They break to the upside 70% of the time. That to me looks somewhat bullish. I do like what I'm seeing from XYO right now, so we'll have to watch XYO right now. Yeah, the measure move would take you just back above a penny again. So that's about 23% move to the upside or something like that. So XYO looks pretty bullish to me right now. Once that 4-hour chart resets, that would be a good time for a trade. You are at the top of the channel if this is a falling wedge. So I would wait for the price to go back to the bottom of the channel. And then you could enter a trade setup for a long position on XYO if this is in fact a falling wedge. So you could even put a price alert here at set 0.0075. And when that got hit, then you could maybe look for another setup there as well. But overall, XYO actually looks to me even juicier than Shiba on the 4-hour time frame. So I would say the ones I watched today so far, from what we've looked at, is XYO and Shiba. So thank you for these requests. So all right, now appreciate the likes, 207. I will take it. I'm assuming, yeah. So if there's any other requests, let me know. Otherwise, that's kind of all I got. So the ones to watch tonight are XYO and probably Shiba. But I would say XYO is probably the safest one to look at. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I will be live sometime. I'm going to try to go live Monday, but we'll see. I'll try to be live. I will still go live sometime next week, but I do start my new job on Monday, so I'll have to see how it goes with my schedule. But I'll let you guys know in my Telegram group when I go live. You guys can find a link to that in the description below on YouTube, or if you're on TikTok, it's in my TikTok bio. With that being said, guys, that's kind of it. Bitcoin, to wrap things up, has to get it back above $22,000. If it doesn't do that, that's extremely bearish. Should be breaking to the downside out of this rising wedge, which break to the downside 70% of the time. And also, if you don't break 22K, you may be making a lower high, which is, again, a trend reversal sign or a trend continuation sign if you're looking at the daily chart, because on the daily chart, you're still in a massive downtrend ever since you break 25K. So to me, at least on the smaller time frames, it'd be a trend reversal to the downside. On the daily chart, it'd still be just a trend continuation if you can't break a previous high. So 22K is what you have to beat, I would say, in the next day or so. If you can't do it, then I'm looking for a move back to the downside, possibly as low as 18.5 or even for a double bottom at 17.5, and then possibly lower from there, but we'll have to play it by ear. I would expect some sort of bounce at these levels, but overall, you have to break 22K to be bullish again on Bitcoin. So we can go look at Ethereum quickly. So Ethereum right now is at 17. Ethereum's really had a good run rate lately. The high was 1746. If we look at the daily chart, you're overbought, so that's not a good sign. See, it's at the top of the channel, can't go any higher on the RSI. 4-hour chart is curving down. 1-hour chart, daily chart's about to do the same. 1-hour chart's trying to turn bullishly, so you could get another small relief rally here. But on the 1-hour chart, you have to break 1746. If you can't do that, that's a lower high in the 1-hour chart. So you could say you're in a mini falling wedge right here on the 1-hour chart for Ethereum, which it would be bullish. But overall, you have to break. If you don't break 1746, you're going to look for more downside on Ethereum. It's really that simple. That means 1746 was the top. So on the next leg up here on the 1-hour chart, you have to break 1746. But to me, it's really bearish because the daily chart and 4-hour chart are way overbought. The 15-minute and 1-hour look like it could have a small rally up, but you have to break 1746 then. You could just say 1750 to remain bullish on Ethereum. So that's the price to beat, 1750 for ETH and 22K for Bitcoin. So with that being said, guys, that's all I got. I am thinking, I could be wrong, but the chart is telling me that Bitcoin has to break 22K to be bullish still. And if it can't do that in the next day, then I am looking for more downside action. And I would not be surprised here in the next few months if we did see 15K. So with that being said, guys, that's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until Monday, I'll see you guys on Monday for another live stream. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm going to end the YouTube live stream. And then I will see you guys next